Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of Alexa Developers Club SRM. Today in this video I'll be going through what is AWS and what is AWS Lambda, and in the next video we'll be going through how Alexa communicates with AWS Lambda and gives you the output, and what is the magic behind Alexa. So before delving deeper, the fundamental question lies is what is AWS? So AWS stands for Amazon Web Services, and Amazon Web Services is nothing but just a collection of widely used features which are used during development. To be more precise, AWS provides us with 175 different secure and widely used fully featured services from data centers globally. For your reference, the nearest data center which is situated in India is in Mumbai. The features provided include cloud compute engine, cloud storage, virtual machines, and many more. Now, to give a small example, databases are a very common part of development, be it app or web development. And databases are mainly of two types. First is relational databases, and the second one is non-relational databases. Well, AWS provides you both. So AWS has one feature which is called Amazon Aurora, which is a relational database, while another called Amazon DynamoDB, which is a non-relational database. So in this video, we'll be solely focusing on AWS Lambda and S3 because they are the most commonly used features for Alexa development. But stay tuned to our channel. We'll be going through more stuff which is available in AWS, and we'll be giving details about them too. Now, AWS is not the only provider for such services. Instead, these are also there, like Google Cloud, Azure, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, and even Oracle Cloud. These also provide you with the same features which AWS provides, and it is not compulsory for you to use only AWS with Alexa, though it's much more integrated into Alexa and it's easier to use with AWS. But yeah, you can create your own internal cloud engine, and then you can connect it to your Alexa skill too. So now I'll be showing you how the AWS console looks like. So to go to AWS console, just search AWS management console and click on the first search result. So this is the AWS management console. Here you'll be asked to log in or sign in as per your need. So if you do not have an AWS account, you can easily create one. You do not need anything except your email ID. So after you've given the details, your email ID, your job, everything there, you will be asked to provide a payment option. So the payment option can be a credit card or any other mode of payment, and you can create your account after that. The thing is, AWS doesn't charge you money for joining AWS. You can create an account for free. AWS just takes a payment option so that after you have used the free tier, they can charge you for the services which you have used. So what is free tier? Okay, so AWS provides you with two levels. The first one being the free tier and the second one being the paid tier. So what is the free tier and paid tier? Each one of these services has their different limits up to which you can use that service for free. For example, S3 has a particular limit. For example, you can store up to 100 objects, 100 things on S3. But if you cross that 100 and store your 101st object, then you'll be charged for that one extra object. So that's how AWS pricing works. You can even, however, if you do not want to pay that money, you can set alerts for your account so that AWS will keep reminding you in timely intervals that how much of your free quota have you used. So it will remind you when you have used 50% of your free quota for that particular service, or 75% or 100% or 90%. These are all available. So you can also set up they'll mail you about the quota which you have used. You can also download the AWS Management Console app, in which all the metrics will be shown as to how much you have used. You can even contact the support team, and they will help you out as much as you want. So I already have an account, so I'll not be going through the sign-in process. To explain the sign-in process, we'll be providing you with a link in the description below, which goes through the sign-in process, and there are videos there also, which will show you how to sign in. So you have to create a root user account. So choose root user, provide your email ID, and then sign in. So this is your AWS management console. Here your recently visited services will be provided. And see, I have recently used S3, so it's showing here. You can search all of the available services from here. So if I search Lambda, Lambda shows up. If I search Aurora, Aurora will show up. So it's called RDS now. So it's called Managed Relational Database Service. So everything is available here. They even provide you with some video tutorials and training sessions to make you skilled so that you can use this AWS services. So now, delving deeper into AWS, I spoke about AWS Lambda in the start of this video. What is AWS Lambda? AWS Lambda is nothing but a cloud compute engine. What is a cloud compute engine, you may ask? It is a small code which runs on the internet every time certain event is triggered. So, what is an event and how can it be triggered? So, an event is just something which happens. So, and events can be triggered by multiple things which happen. Okay. So, for example, one thing which might happen is there is a change in the database. Once there is a change in the database, Lambda code will get automatically executed and provide you with an output. Or else, a much more simpler event is an HTTP call. So an HTTP call is sent to HTTP call connects with your AWS Lambda code and then it executes. And the Lambda code provides you with an output. So AWS Lambda can be coded in Node.js, Python, Go, Java, C hash, and multiple languages. But for Alexa development, we'll be using Node.js or Python only. So what is the need of a cloud compute engine? See, the thing is, if you, for example, you have created an application and that application is hosted and uses a local server. Your local server, for example, can service up to 100 people, 100 requests. So when you launch your application, it launches to 10 people for the first time. Your server can easily handle 10 people. No problem then. If then your application expands to 50 people, your server can still handle them. Your server then your application expands to 100 people, and that's the limit of your server. Your server cannot handle more than that, but at least it can handle 100 people. So its server handles that. But when that extra 1% comes, who will use your application, then that is the time when your server will break. So for that purpose, you need to expand your server, which takes up installation costs, which takes up maintenance costs and multiple costs, which becomes expensive. But you don't have the guarantee that you will maintain that one extra user. That user might have come, used your application and not liked it, and would never use your application again. So for that particular one user, you had to go through the whole process of expanding your server and had to take up the additional cost of expanding your server. That is where cloud compute engines come into effect. Cloud compute engines are called only when somebody is using your application and after an event has been triggered. If nobody is using your application at a particular instant of time, your cloud compute engine is not running and you are not payable. So, for example, AWS Lambda also provides you with AWS Lambda is also a cloud compute engine. And as I've already said before, all AWS services have a free tier. So AWS Lambda also has a free tier. Though the pricing is a little complicated and there are many factors to the pricing, we'll be also be providing you with the links for the pricing docs in the description below. But for now, let us assume this is an example. So AWS Lambda provides you with 1 million calls per month. So these 1 million calls are free and you are not payable for that. But when that one extra person comes, your AWS Lambda code will be triggered and it will run. And it is just for that one time, for that one user, you will be payable to AWS. After that, if the user does not come back, no problem, AWS won't be charging you. So AWS code gets executed only when a user is using your application and a call is being made, and if that you for the time which the user is using your application, only for that time are you payable. Also, you don't have the hassle of maintaining your own service and creating your own service. That whole thing is taken care of by AWS itself. So all you have to do is create an application, connect it to AWS, and your job is done. So they'll provide you with full services even if there is any downtime or anything. AWS support team will help you out, and you don't have to take the extra headache of maintaining servers. So that is how Lambda works. And now another thing which we commonly use with Alexa development is S3. So what is S3? S3 is a cloud storage facility. So S3 provides you with buckets. So for storing different documents or any type of file on S3, you have to create buckets. So before that, let's just go and see how the S3 service looks like. So this is the S3 management console, and see, these are different buckets created here. So all of these have a DNS compliant name. So what is a DNS compliant name? They should start with com, and after that the project name, and after that the bucket name. So this is com.alexa.crazystonepaperscissor. This is for a particular skill. So this is the bucket created for all the files which are used in the particular skill. So all of these files are called objects, and they are stored in buckets. And each of these objects, when you upload them, are provided with an object URL. S3 only provides an object URL. So when you press on any one of them, see this pop-up appears, and here you can see this object URL. So each object can be private or public, and depending upon that, it will be available to the general public or it will be available only to authenticated requests. So what does public mean? Public means that when you keep your object public, anybody can copy this code and open it. So this is the file which is stored here. Anybody can copy this code and open it. But if it's private, then only if you have an authenticated request, then only can you be able to access this particular file. Otherwise, you won't be able to access this file. So there are multiple options here also. You can make them public, you can download them from here, and many more. So let's create one S3 bucket for now. So if you see, you will be asked to enter a DNS compliant bucket name, and as I've already said, let's just say set this as com.alexa dot. So I've created a sample bucket here. Now these S3 buckets are stored in data centers around the world, which are situated around the world. So by default, it gives you the region as US East North Virginia. You can change it and set it to anywhere you wish. So these are all the list of data centers available around the world. Not all of them have the facility to store this S3 buckets. So since we are in India, we'll choose Asia Pacific Mumbai. But even if you choose North Virginia, no problem, since the speeds do not matter that much, and they are available around the world. So it's not a big deal about it. Also, one thing which you should remember is you cannot change a region once you've created the bucket, and that is fixed. You can't help it. There's nothing we can do after that. So be careful if there is something which you want. If you want to stick to a particular location or region, you have to keep this in mind. But there's nothing different about setting it up in Virginia or in Mumbai, as both of them will provide you with the same download speeds and upload speeds, and you'll face no problem. So you can also copy settings from other buckets here which are already created. We'll not be copying any settings here because I'll be setting my own settings here. So these are a few of the settings which we have to go through before creating a bucket. So this you should go through. S3 provides you with the option of skipping this part, but it's better if you once go through this part. So here you can do versioning of your objects in it, the server access login, the tags and everything you can set here. And here is the main part, permission setting. So by default, S3 objects are private and all public access are blocked. So you can turn this off. You can set up your, these are the sub options available for blocking, and you can set it up as you wish. Since I have set all objects as public and there are no restrictions, that will ask me for a disclaimer will be shown where you have to acknowledge that what you're doing, you know what you're doing. So these are the permissions which are set. This is just a basic review of what settings you have set, and then you create a bucket. So see, this bucket has been created, and since there are no objects available here, we will be asked to upload objects here. So we can upload objects here by drag and drop or adding files, or you can also upload them programmatically. You can also create folders inside this S3 object and much more. So there are different options here like management, access points, permissions, properties, everything is available here. You can change the permissions later, like blocking public access and stuff like that. Or you can also make some particular objects as public and some particular objects as private, and it will create no issues after that. Okay, so this was that for this video. In the next video, we'll be going through how Alexa communicates with AWS Lambda and how it provides us with its output. So thank you for visiting our YouTube channel and hope to see you next time.